Hey YouTube, it's Sean. I'm out here in the shop goofing around today, and I decided to go out and get me go ahead and get me a 4-jaw for that lathe. And I've had a few times where I could really use a 4-jaw on it, where I could dial it in perfect. And a lot of times I'm doing work that needs to be offset from center. And you can't do that in a 3-jaw too easily. You can, but it's not as easy. That there, I drilled the second set of holes for the 4-jaw, because it's a 4-bolt pattern, where the 3-jaw is a 3-bolt pattern. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that the rest of the way up right there, and we're gonna see if we can get that 4-jaw on there. Still a lot of cleaning to do here, but we'll clean it up after we get it on there. Let me get it on there first. Hang on. Hey YouTube, first thing we're gonna do here is see how accurate our 3-jaw is before we go taking her off. I got it all put in there with an end mill. Put in there with an end mill. Put an end mill in the chuck, tightened it up. It was a busted off end mill, so it's just the ground shank. Anyway, there's how much it moves. I'd say like half a thou, if that. It's not much. Alright. Just thought I'd do that before I took it off. See how accurate it is still. That's what it has always been running, about half a thou, ever since I got this lathe. And people knock these Chinese lathes, but they're not bad. Some of them are crap, some of them are good, you know. And this one happens to be a good one. So let's get that 4-jaw put on. Hang on. There we go, guys. There we go, folks. It's all on there. And I decided to go with the Sanou. Stinking tool post in my way. The Sanou brand there, because that's the brand of the 3-jaw that I got with this thing, and it works good. So I decided to go with the Sanou. Now, if you have one of these MX-210V lathes, or they make it in a few other letters in the front, but if it says 210V or 210, then you can run a K72 125 chuck right there, and it'll you don't have to do any machine work to your back plate, your spindle. It just bolts right on, other than you do have to drill your holes. But you drill the holes and it'll fit right up, no problem. I drilled the holes, chamfered them up to where they were not real sharp and stuff, and just bolted right up. We'll run through it. Runs real good. Alright, so now we got a 4-jaw. I'm going to clean up my 3-jaw, which I have 2 3-jaws now for this lathe. Here's the other 3-jaw I have for this lathe. And incidentally, it didn't even come with, you know, this chuck here, it didn't come with that little plastic guard or whatever, that metal guard. Usually they're plastic, but this one has it. You know, some of them come with it, some of them don't, which is odd. But this one needs to be cleaned up, and this one needs to be cleaned up. So That's what I was going to do. I was going to clean those up. But I do have a 4-jaw now. Alright, and I can clean this lathe up too. Alright, so we got a 4-jaw for the lathe. Thanks for checking it out. But if you have one of these lathes, you can get one of these chucks pretty darn cheap. eBay had this one for $67 or $69. I can't remember. I made an offer on it, I do believe. I can't remember exactly. It's been a while. It's been sitting around for a while. I haven't been able to get out here and do this. It's a beautiful day today, so I thought I'd come out and mess around with it. It was under 70 bucks, I do believe. So go out and get yourself a 4-jaw if you have one of these lathes, and that'll allow you to do a lot more work. Some of the things you can't do with a 3-jaw. Alright. And it comes with one of these little wrenches. And it has this annoying spring on it. I know why the spring's on it, so that when you put your chuck key in, you can't leave it in there and accidentally turn your lathe on. When you let go of the chuck key, it'll fly out. I don't like it. It's a moron-proof setup, and I'm a moron, but I've never done that. Alright, and I don't leave the chuck key in it, and I try to do that when I'm done with the lathe, or if I'm messing with the chuck. I try to do that, shut that off. Alright, now I'm working on my compound here. I'm putting I got another compound actually, because the other one I'm making the milling attachment with. And so I bought another compound so that I could, there's the one that I have for that I'm making a milling attachment for. But I needed one for the lathe for just a compound, so I'm going ahead and I'm putting that bearing system in it that we did before. Alright, and I did the same thing on this with the bearings, and that is just raw. Man, that is so smooth. And there's zero slop in it. Zero. There is no wiggle. You wiggle it and it moves the cross slide. And the dial works real good. It is in metric, but you know what? That's why we got a DRO on the cross slide. Alright, and I'm going to take my tailstock quill out, clean it up. Yep, make sure that it's good. So we're just messing around with the lathe today. And after I'm all done cleaning and putting everything together, I'm going to use... Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Going to use our tailstock alignment bar. It's an MT2. And that will allow me to get it, my head and tail. Goes in my MT2 tailstock. And then I put a live center in there. Not live center. Dead center in there. And that allows me to run a indicator across and see where, you know, and see where if it's, you know what I mean, out of alignment. But it's a good little bar. It did not come with the lathe. That's not something they give you. And when it comes to aligning this thing, it's a lot easier now to align this. I put cap screws in there, and it used to have this. It used to have this way of doing not just you know, left and right. It had a weird. I can't even explain it. It was like fore and aft. It was weird. And then I put some locking cap screws on the back. But I put a piece of shim stock in between there so that it wouldn't rock. It was just ridiculous. You get it lined up, tighten your screws up, and it would still move. So it don't now. Now when it's tight, it's tight. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do some cleanup work here. Sorry about the camera shaking. I was putting that bar away, but yeah, my tailstock needs to be cleaned up. It's getting a little stiff there. Alright, so let me get that forge off and put it back in there in the box so I know where it is. And let me get these 3 jaws cleaned up. Alright, and you guys take it easy. Love y'all. Thumbs up. Bye-bye.